disruption this week. Someone type in chat, I'm a disruptor. Let's send out a wave of possibility. Let's send out a wave of purpose. Let's send out a wave of intention. And let me tell you something. You cannot do it alone. You can't create a tsunami alone. But right here, right now, this week, you got some company. We're going to talk about quantum leaping. When you're quantum leaping, William, you have to raise multiple things simultaneously. You don't get to single focus so much as you want to go across the platform. So I'm going to give you 10 things that all have to have energy going at the exact same time, and then you begin to quantum leap. You have to make small progress in every area that I'm about to give you consistently. And when I say consistently, not even 100%. That's unrealistic. 75% consistency will bring you massive growth over the next 6 months. I'm here to give you the formula that had my company grow double digits every year for the last 16 years. I'm here to give you the formula that had me go from being on government's assistance to running a multi-million-dollar company. I'm here to give you the formula that had me go from being suicidal to have me leading transformation on the planet. The things I learned, I just learned. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I did quantum leap my life. 1, stay in consistent, accountable action. Stay in consistent, keyword, accountable action. Underline accountable. 2, this is key. Now I got to tell you, key. Identifying and spending 80% of your time in your zone of genius and 20% of your time in your zone of low return mindset. 3, set small, attainable, trackable benchmarks and goals. Most people set big goals because it makes you feel good in the moment. But in massive growth is met in small, attainable, trackable benchmark. Benchmark says this is my zero based on what I've already done.
Yep.
Right? And then everything else is growth. So people say, oh, this year I made $200,000. This year I made $60,000. This year I made $75,000. Well, what'd you make last year? Because that tells me how much more you did this year. I touched 100 people last year. This year I touched 250. There you go. So this is the 3B. We still in 3, y'all. I told you I had a lot for you. Measure them. Measure your benchmarks. Measure them, course correct or modify. Measure, course correct or modify, then rinse and repeat over and over and over again. 4, you want to study, partner, and run beside other gladiators. Want to study, partner, and run beside other gladiators while, this is the key part, while implementing techniques that prevent you from comparing yourself to them. Because the bigger you play, the bigger the gladiators beside you are playing.
Exactly.
As soon as you think you playing big, you're going to go see a giant that's like, man, you got to make sure you know the techniques. It's not accidental. You have to know the techniques that unhook you from comparison. Because many of you have done this with me because you've been in my programs. You want to learn the techniques to manage your negative self-talk.
Come on. 6,
create new revenue streams. Take your earning potential to the next level. Money simply gives you access to better memories. You should have wealth. That's not a question, but that's a statement. You should have it. Why? I want you to hear this. Because when good people do well, good people do more good in the world. 7, learn to speak powerfully. Learn to speak powerfully. The kind of powerful that captivates consistently. Number 8, write this down. Isolate your elevation train. Build a 1-year solid, reliable accountability community. 9, set healthy boundaries. Replace confrontation with carefrontation. And 10. 10. The 10th technique that you have to learn and implement for the next 6 months, 75%, so that you can see your tide rising, is how to consistently put yourself first while leaving no one behind. Now, I want to invite you to let me come into your home and let us do this long term. Every time we get ready to do a power jam, I get excited because I know what can get jump-started at a power jam. Well, the reason why I'm excited about this is because now it's almost like we're doing a 4-month power jam.
Right.
We're doing a 4-month power jam, but it's deep dive and it's with a smaller number of people. It's 8 sessions delivered bi-weekly. So there's 8 sessions delivered bi-weekly. Classes are conducted on Zoom video, like this here. Like we're on Zoom. You guys on Facebook just saw us on Zoom. You call in. You can call in on phone only as well. If you can only come in on phone, you call in on phone. All classes are recorded, like I said. Classes are 60 minutes. I'm going to ask you to carve out 90 so you have some time afterwards to breathe because it gets deep, it gets intense, it gets amazing. You also want to have time to do your self-work. We have handouts, like I mentioned, for you to do, and you get your private Facebook group. You get to lock your spot in for $500. Go to motivatingthemasses.com/elevate to secure your spot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Day 2, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Woo! Hey, work. Go, Lisa.
It's going to take some time. Get used to sweat. Get intimately connected with sweat. Get intimately connected with perseverance, determination. Get intimately connected with saying bye-bye to 1 extra hour of sleep at times. You're going to have to get up earlier. You're going to have to stay up later. You want to know and have what other people who you admire know and have, then you have to do what they're doing. There's no fast way. You all know there's no elevator to the 35th floor. Get your glutes ready. Get your hams ready. Get your quads ready. Get your calves ready. Let's climb. You were built for such a time as this. Now let's move in 2020 to certainty.
Come on.
Breathe in, take a deep breath, breathe in certainty. And exhale ambiguity or wonder or concern slowly. You were built complete. You were built complete. With whatever limbs you have, whatever mindset you have, whatever diagnoses you might be living under, you are complete.
Come on.
And so let's move into a space of certainty.
Watch how you jump sooner, quicker, faster. The more that you jump, the more that you take a leap, you take action sooner, quicker, faster.
Yes, this is the time. We've outgrown anything that doesn't fit us anymore. It's like trying to put a size 9 foot in a size 5 shoe. There's nothing comfortable about your day. Play the long game. When you're transforming your life, play the long game. Create your vision through the end of 2021. Duplicate successful people. Don't just watch them. Duplicate them. They leave clues. Look at their patterns. When you fail to plan, then you just plan to fail. You're reacting to what life is handing to you because you didn't make a plan. Now, here are the categories: business, finances, community, health and wellness, general family, social, romantic, body, spiritual, not romantic body, romantic, and then your body, spiritual, parenting, and philanthropic. Now, this is Vision Board Next Level. So you have this, right? You have enough for each category. And now, here's what I love. You do an individual vision board and then do a family vision board. So you take it and you write it down. And then, once you've written it down, you now write down your goals underneath. Now, Kimberly, you don't want to do a year. I ideally want you to go out 2 years minimum. 3 years is a sweet spot. When you go out 3 years, you don't get an anxiety to have to make it happen right now. Does that make sense? You got time. So you can dream bigger. When you play the long game, you don't get caught up in the smallness. Each one, I want you to set cellular goals, small, palatable goals. So this is where the bigness is. So you have the bigness here. Now, I want you to set small cellular goals that you can see, taste, and feel on a quarterly basis. You should be able to see the goal in 90 days. So they got to be small, micro wins. So the part 2 of this is you want to know how will you learn this year to help all that happen. Write this down. I have taken myself as far as I can take myself by myself. Part 1 is to get your intention board. Your intention board. On the front of your intention board are your pictures. On the back of your intention, I like to call this the front. This is my front.
That's the action, because that's where the action is.
This is the action. This is where my goals are, what I need to do. And then on the other side, pictures that support this. Make sense? Because when you do the pictures, you can see it, feel it, touch it, and it evokes some emotion. Then you go find out what do I need to learn, who do I need to learn from. Now, this is the long game. This is the long game, you guys. Part 3, Reverend, excuse me, I gotta just say it this way. Get a kick-ass accountability group. You want to get an accountability group that literally 5 to 11 people, right? And you want to refresh it. You want to refresh it. If 3 people fall off, don't trip. Go get 3 more kick-ass people. Right? You want to hand pick it. You want to revitalize it. You want to keep it going for 1 year. You will blow your mind with what you do when you have a accountability group. Every 2 weeks you meet. You meet every 2 weeks for 59 minutes. Max, no more. 59 minutes. And the one thing you talk about is what are you in action on? Where do you need help? What do you want to be celebrated for? And where are you stuck? Now, here's what I love. When you have your accountability community, as you're achieving things, you have an embedded celebration community as well.
Right.
The last thing is you want to hook your caboose to a train. I hooked my caboose to my coach. Some of you guys know Susie Carter years ago, 16 years ago. She was my coach for 8 years. I hooked my caboose to her train. Then I began to study Oprah. And I wanted to hook my caboose to her train. I didn't study her shows. I studied her business acumen. And then I began to hook my caboose to my friends who didn't even speak on stage. Because I learned how to be a presenter. I learned how to move around on stage. I wanted to learn how to drive my finances up double digits every year. Find someone that you can grow with. Find someone that you can connect with. Find someone who's 10 to 20 steps ahead of you and hook your caboose to their train. I want to invite you. There's so many ways for us to play together. There's so many ways for us to grow together. But the idea is that we have a deep dive. The idea is that we're able to actually learn how to, as gladiators, how to as change agents, as superheroes, as superheroes, how do we take our game to the next level? I want an environment where I can teach you. I can teach you techniques. I can give you techniques. I can come back and check with you. We have breathe time. We have feedback time. So I created Elevate. Program holds 300. But I want to give you the first invitation because you're here. It's 4 months of an online program, online live, with me and hand-picked master facilitators like yours truly, my boy. I'm going to teach you how to elevate yourself, teach you how to manage your negative self-talk, how to have effective time management, how to jump into carefrontation, not confrontation, how to have hard conversations that leave other people inspired, how to set measurable tracking goals, how to track those goals, how to up-level those goals, how to intensify those goals, how to course correct when you've gotten off track from your goals. You are 100% enough. You were enough in your darkest day. You were still enough. Your genius is the thing that almost frightens you. You are a contagious being. And when you set your genius free, when you allow yourself to play bigger than you've ever played before, you will become even more contagious than you've ever been. There's someone watching you. You don't know they're watching you, but they're watching you. They're not just watching how big and bold you leap. They're watching how you catch your breath. They're watching how you forgive. They're watching how you apologize. They're watching how you press reset. They're watching you. They've been watching you. And they'll never see someone like me. I'm not in their eyesight. I'm not their thing. I'm not their jam. You're their jam. There's someone whose path you're about to cross in the next year, and you will be their sole inspiration. There's someone who's going to piss you off and frustrate you, and the way you forgive and the way you give grace will be their greatest inspiration.
Come on.
There's someone who's in your past that didn't feel good in your past. The energy was off, the experience was funky, and the way you rise above the outcome will inspire them. You can't hold it in. You can't hold back who you are. You've always been this person. That's why you're here. You want to touch the 100 that you know you have. You don't show up here. I know you. You don't show up here because you want to sit back and chill and wait on life to hand you an opportunity. You're here because there's a calling on your life. There's a divine purpose. There's a genius. It's in you and it's out of you, and you've seen it, and you've been touched by it, and others have been touched by it, and all you want to do is play in it and live in it. Or you're here because someone invited you to come because they see your genius.
Come on.
And they want you to see your genius. Or you're here because you're a game changer. And you simply want to change more games. That you want to put possibility on the ballot. You want to put forgiveness on the ballot, unity on the ballot. You want to put celebrating diversity on the ballot. Since we're in elections, you want to put the for by the grace of on the ballot. You're here because you said, don't let me off the hook. I will stand in my light. I will own my light. I will shine my light, and I will share my light. And I'm here to learn how to turn my light up. After all, turn down for what? We are on day 3 of Power Jam 2020.
Now, I don't know if you can tell, but we're in a little bit
of a different environment.
And we brought a little bit.
We brought some friends. We're going to say, welcome home. Because this is home. And every time you come back, we're going to say, welcome home. I needed a place to go to not apologize for my genius, but also be comfortable with the areas that I still need to learn.
Come on.
I needed a place to go where I didn't have to have all the answers. I could have some, and I could have a ton of question marks. I needed a place to go where someone would lovingly look me in my face and hold me accountable to the woman I was becoming. Not being concerned or not being consumed or not being distracted by my bio, but they're committed to my future of.
Come on.
If you want to know why did I start motivating the masses, I started motivating the masses so that change agents and gladiators can find a like-minded tribe to run together, so that we can create the story that we're going to love to share when we're 95 years old. I want to protect my story by making sure it's a story I want to tell. And so I created this so I didn't have to do it alone. Going to 2020 saying, I want more. And I'm ready for more. See, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you couldn't handle what you're ready for now.
Come on.
If you know there's more, now I want you to make this statement. Don't let me off the hook. Don't let me off the hook. Don't let me off the hook. I don't want to be let off the hook. Right? I don't want to be let off the hook. Like, call me to my greatness. Require me to play full out. Require me to show you my genius. Require me to grow my genius. Expand my genius. Hook my genius to someone else's genius. Require me so that before I leave this place, I have given this planet an indicator that I was here.
Come on.
They are here to learn how to become extraordinary, unforgettable presenters on stage. They're here to learn. They're here to take copious notes. They need step by step, and they're here to learn. They've stopped their lives. They've got on planes. They've got in cars. They've invested significantly in themselves, using me, using Matt, using Motivating the Masses as the vehicle. But they're investing in themselves. They're using us as the vehicle. And so I'm inviting you to invest in yourself. You're not investing in me, you're using me as the vehicle. Now, there's a lot of things I don't do well. A long list of things that I don't do well. But what I do well is help people elevate their lives.
Come on.
That's what I do well. I have evidence of that. Beautiful sister, she didn't know she was on camera. She's always ready.
I know.
So this beautiful sister, you came how many years ago?
2017.
2017 as an executive.
Yes.
As an executive,
yes.
But in a dark place personally.
Yes, I had lost my voice being in corporate America for so long, and I was in a broken marriage. I was having challenges as a mother and everything.
But she was a change agent.
And
She was a gladiator.
Yes.
People were listening to her.
I am just enjoying and loving life. I've moved. There's so many things. I'm in school. I'm doing different things, opening my business.
She's speaking.
Come on.
Speaking. Teaching. Leading. Look, it's all about are you willing to have your breakthrough, ready for your breakthrough? Gary, talk about a breakthrough that you had.
So I went to Speak and Write a couple years ago, and then I ended up going to the Dynamic Women's Retreat.
Wait, already a leader.
Yes, I am definitely a leader.
Right,
I
leader.
own a couple of care centers, but I was struggling personally and professionally.
Successful business owner.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone coming to her for advice.
Yes.
She's the go-to person. She's the change agent. She's the gladiator. There's nowhere for her to go to take her cape off. And then she finds this tribe.
And I took my cape off.
Yeah, and she took her cape off and healed.
And my heels, and
As a result,
I have grown my child care business. Both of my centers are full. I have started my consulting.
By what percentage was that about?
One of them probably was like 60%.
Okay, so hold on. A lot of us like to focus on business only. Because she did the personal development work, she grew her business by 60%.
Then I also started my consulting agency, which I was struggling with before. But after the Dynamics Women Retreat, I left a brand new woman. I feel stronger. I feel safer. I feel like I have a tribe of people that no matter what, that will support me and that will be there for me and hold a space for me whenever I need to. And I'm not alone anymore.
It's only been like 4 months. 4 months.
Yes!
I am, but I've jumped from like here to here rapidly. I'm on stage, I'm speaking, I'm educating, I'm holding workshops in Australia, and I just wasn't able to do that before.
And you're coming from a more authentic place, so you're disrupting the vibration of who's on stage. Like I'm watching you, and I'm watching what you're up to, and giving the world that kind of energy. Man, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. I'm inviting you. Now, they're doing advanced level training. They're doing the platinum level training. The entree to that is Elevate, our online course. It's 8 sessions, and I come into your home through Zoom, so you don't have to go anywhere yet. You're at home. I'm coming into your home. Therefore, you can have class with your family in the background. I'm teaching you how to overcome obstacles, how to push past your negative self-talk, how to do effective management. An important, powerful class that I just did this week is on forgiveness and giving yourself permission to play bigger. Forgiving of self and forgiving of others. How do you do that? How do you release others from the expectations you have of them? I teach you how do you begin to own your voice, hone your voice, and use your voice. And Elevate. As a result, on the other side, you'll find that you're more confident. You'll find that you're taking bigger leaps. You'll find that you're not holding yourself hostage to experiences. There's this amazing experience that occurs as you're going through it. What I love about it is that we designed it over 4 months so that you have time to apply the learning. 8 sessions. The classes are conducted on Zoom. The classes are 60 minutes, but I invite you to carve out 90 minutes because, I get on fire, I get excited. We have handouts and worksheets that we'll provide for you to have carefrontational conversations, how to have effective meetings with your family that elevate your family with you. So we'll give you all of the structure that you need. You'll also have a private Facebook community. So we invite you to join us. Again, it's my job to give you access. It's your job to choose. You've been wondering. Why? Now, anyone want to share with them what would you say to help them get clear? Because these are students who've invested, just like I'm inviting you to do. That camera up there or this camera. So what would you want to say? Anyone?
I would just say, put yourself first.
Your life will never, ever be the same, and the ripple effect on your family will last for generations.
Say that again.
Generations. What did I just
The
say?
ripple.
The ripple effect in your family generations.
Jelani's life will not be the same because I got a coach.
Right.
Yes.
Come on.
Like that was clear.
yes.
That was clear. Anyone else?
Yeah,
This is cellular transformation.
I would say ask your heart. Ask your heart, and if you get a yes from your heart, just take action and trust.
Lean in.
This is cellular transformation.
Say that again.
Cellular transformation.
Cellular
Inside.
transformation.
Inside
And
out.
once you choose, the universe will make it
Tell
happen.
them.
Once you choose, the universe will help you make it happen.
Yeah.
We want to say to you that where you are is the perfect place. And everywhere you had to navigate through to get you here, congratulations, you made it here. Like you made it here. And if our experience ends with these 3 days, then it's been whole. It's been amazing. If you were here 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days, thank you for your time. I want to invite you to be radical for you. You've done a masterful job taking care of everyone else. And now, let's move you to the front of your own line.
Yes,
As you continue to learn, and as you continue to learn, Maya Angelou said it. I'm going to probably change it up a bit by memory, but people won't remember what you said or what you did. Right? They'll remember how you made them feel. And so go make someone feel extraordinary today.
Come on.
And for those of you who are deciding today, you're deciding today to join Elevate, then I want to say welcome home. I want to say welcome home. And we will take care of your heart the way you have taken care of others' hearts. And let's all rise together.
Yes.
We are your brothers and your sisters in prosperity and in possibility. And when we say we love you,
We mean it.
we mean it.
Yes.
And when we say we believe in you,
Because we do.